I always thought the military would take care of us, but they didn't.
You have someone that served in combat, served in 2 branches of the military, was harmed as part of that process, and then was forced to fight for years, not for extra pay, but just for the basic disability that he was entitled to for his injuries here.
My name is Jason Sissel, served in the military on active duty for 11 and a half, almost 12 years.
Sergeant Sissel was injured while with the Army in Operation Iraqi Freedom.
We actually crossed over from Kuwait into Iraq under military engagement status and wound up with a serious back injury.
This injury was severe enough to med flight him out of country and result in over 16 months of rehabilitation, including multiple screws through his back.
Because his spine injury radiated to his leg, he had an additional disability within his leg. There was numbness, there was some lack of movement.
He struggled to walk through this entire process. It was a very painful process as he worked to just regain his ability to just function, let alone perform his soldier duties.
It was determined by the Army that because of his disability, he could no longer continue to perform his duties. And so they determined to separate him from the military.
After therapy, recovery, things like that, they sent me before the medical review board.
In this case, the VA looked at his conditions and said there are 2 separate conditions here and each of them gets a rating, which combined got to 30%, which is the percentage needed for medical retirement. But the Department of Defense disregarded what the VA did and only gave 1 rating, which was below 30%, and therefore Mr. Sissel was denied a medical retirement.
With a 30% rating or higher, that entitles you to a medical retirement, which means ongoing benefits, ongoing income for the rest of your life.
It broke us, broke me. It was my life, my family's life, my children's life.
Mr. Sissel put his life on the line for our country, and all he was asking for is to help get his life back on track.
And that's actually exactly what the Wounded Warrior Act was designed to fix. Veterans that were seeking appeals at the PDBR, the administrative body that was supposed to help them, were consistently getting the same notoriously low disability ratings. It was becoming, again, a rubber stamp denial that was not improving and fixing these issues.
So in 2013, we were able to get connected with the attorneys.
Veterans apply to NVLSP for assistance with medical retirement. We obtain their full files and we screen for merit. We screened Mr. Sissel's case and found it to be very meritorious, and we sent it to our great pro bono partner, Latham.
So for the last 17 years, Latham has been working on some of our more complex matters.
It occurred to us that the only way for us to win this case was to change the law. And so it took a moment for us to really accept this mountain that was in front of us that we were going to have to move.
And we worked with 6 other pro bono organizations, veteran organizations, so that when we went in our appeal, this was an army of supporters saying this is the right decision, not just for this veteran, but for veterans across the nation.
The Court of Appeals held any veteran who has a second or disparate injury will have that injury rated as part of their disability rating. And so this is a victory not only for Mr. Sissel, but also for any other veterans and future veterans who themselves might become disabled in the line, who want access to their own disability benefits.
To fight all these years for someone you've never met, to try to fix something that was so wrong, and not give up, and not just say, oh, we lost that appeal, okay, we'll move on to the next case. And they're amazing, they're heroes, they really are.
Over my career here at Latham, I particularly am most proud of the opportunity to help people, the opportunity to make a real difference in people's lives.
Everybody who has fought for us, I just don't have the words to convey how much that means to us. Me personally, my wife, my children. It's everybody involved. It's just amazing.